our final segment this week, we're going to head on over to Oaklawn Park to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we'll take a look at the field for the Apple Blossom. Alexa, $1.25 million is the purse of this race. Huge money. It is a grade 1, so the highest level, the highest caliber of racing, and the reigning horse of the year, Torpedo Anna, is going to be running in this field. And what tends to happen when you have a really, really good horse running in a race that's not like the Breeders' Cup or the Kentucky Derby, a lot of times they scare other horses off. And that's what happens with Torpedo Anna, because the other fillies and mares, I don't think want to face her a bunch of times throughout the year. I think they'll maybe pick their spots and face her once or twice in the biggest races. But in this race, overall, it just doesn't feel like she has very many legitimate competitors.
No, you don't want to be Happy Clapper, which was a horse who consistently ran against Winx in Australia, who Winx is just like one of the all-time best horses, won like 33 graded stakes races in a row. She even won the race they named after her. And Happy Clapper was just always second to Winx because it's just going to be second to Winx. So I think Torpedo Anna is one of those, she's so talented. This is a race where as a fan, you're just like honored to watch her run and do her thing. I am so in love with her. I mean, she has lost 2 races out of her 11 starts. And one was to the boys in one of the biggest, toughest, greatest stakes races, and she lost by a neck. It was devastating. Yeah. So she's just awesome. And you're right, people don't want to lose to her because you're gonna.
We don't probably have too much to say about some of the other runners, but we can meet them kind of quickly. We start things out with Sweet Alyssa. Like the problem I had with even like the first 2 horses in the field, they just seem so overmatched. Like they've never run anything in the range. You can kind of make a case for a couple horses in here that have run at least races fast enough to kind of compete with Torpedo Anna. I just don't think Sweet Alyssa or Neon Beach have those races though.
I agree. There's something interesting. So you hear us say handicapping, which is the process of selecting
Doing your research,
doing your
right?
research, selecting a horse, but it's kind of a weird term. Where does it come from? Well, you know, still today, but definitely back in the day when horses were really, really good, they added weight to them to kind of level the playing field, which is giving them a handicap. So that's kind of where that comes from. And it does come into play here.
Yep.
I don't usually pay a lot of attention to weight because I feel like on a 1,300-pound animal, a couple pounds doesn't make that much of a difference. People have different opinions on that. But in this race, like, for example, the one gets a 10-pound weight allowance, like
Yeah.
compared to Torpedo Anna. So carrying a lot less weight in the race. So perhaps, but nah, I'm passing on the 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah, the 3 Free Like a Girl, she ran second to Torpedo Anna most recently. And so she's a horse that you could maybe say you can build a case for. The kind of knock would be Torpedo Anna, when we last saw her most recent race, it was her first start of the year. That probably was the time to try to beat Torpedo Anna, where she might have been a little rusty. She might not have had a fitness level built up. I think she's going to be better as these races move forward. That's why I'm a little worried about a horse like Free Like a Girl. I just think the margin might be a little bigger this time.
Yeah, look, Free Like a Girl was sold for $5,500 and is now the all-time richest Louisiana bred with over
Yep.
$2.5 million, I think, in earnings, or 2.25 million. Craziness. Super successful. Got within 4 lengths of Torpedo in that last start. Has tactical speed. Has consistency. Finished 3rd in this race last year. So lots of upside, but I still don't think she'll beat Torpedo Anna. I have her in second, though.
Noble Miss, I can't really make a case for her at all, and she's got a year plus layoff. Can you say anything really positive?
Nope.
Yeah. Where's my ring, though? The 5. This is like a legitimate contender based on her last race. Like she's run races that are good enough to compete with Torpedo, and I know Alexa's got a fan in the background who's popping in right now to the broadcast. But where's my ring, Alexa? I'm worried because she ran such a big race last time. It's hard to put 2 really huge races together, but she, to me, just is the main contender. I think if you're trying to beat Torpedo Anna or if you're looking for kind of a fresh face.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a huge improvement, like that last race. So you're kind of like, wow, are we seeing a new horse, or wow, was that a fluke? So
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely question marks there. She can be forwardly placed. She can stalk the pace. So if she just like tuned into her inner horse and now is incredible, then yeah, she could potentially be a threat.
And Torpedo Anna's the 6. We've been talking about her all throughout the race. Just what makes her so tough. She can show speed. She can come from off the pace. She's proven at the distance. She's proven at the track. As we move to Wild About, Hillary, can you build a case for the horse on the outside at all?
I mean, I think she could be the main speed threat if she clears easily. She could hang around for a piece, but controlling the pace against this group will be tough.
Can they beat Torpedo Anna, Alexa?
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. 6 on top for the both of us. Whoever you play, however you play them, have an awesome Saturday. Good luck.